Thank good God Almighty that Las Vegas Raiders head coach Josh McDaniels and GM Dave Ziegler have been fired. Bill Belichick has the worst coaching tree of any multiple Super Bowl winning coach, and McDaniels is just the latest. What did he learn from Belichick other than how to cheat? He cheated his way to winning his first 6 games in a row, then went 14-33 after he got caught. Of course, there are all the blown double-digit leads, losses to high school coaches, and to undrafted Division II rookie quarterbacks due to McDaniels' play calls and game mismanagement. There are also the mistakes he and Ziegler made with personnel. The personnel isn't bad overall. There are just a couple of big mistakes that led to him losing his job. The first big mistake he made was at quarterback. When you decide to move on from the quarterback, you better have a plan in place for who the next one's going to be. If you don't, your next quarterback will be worse than the one that you had. Derek Carr is known to struggle a little in his first year in a new offense, and he didn't have his best year last year. He also doesn't fit McDaniels because he's used to having control at the line of scrimmage, so he had to go. Then McDaniels signed Jimmy Garoppolo, his guy from the New England Patriots. It should have worked because he knows the offense, but it didn't. The Raiders were number 7 in scoring offense last year with Carr at quarterback and fell to number 27 with Garoppolo. Garoppolo came to Las Vegas and didn't look like anything close to the guy I saw when he was with the San Francisco 49ers. He looks physically and mentally broken now. He should retire, but he's going to collect that money from his big contract. This was an epic disaster. He threw at least 1 interception in every game he played in as a Raider, and he's leading the NFL in interceptions right now despite missing 2 games. Edge rusher Chandler Jones is another personnel disaster. When I first heard about Jones coming to the Raiders, I was pretty positive about it. He was coming off a 10.5 sack season with the Arizona Cardinals. Then I took a closer look and realized that he had 5 of those sacks in 1 game against a backup tackle moving up on the age 33. I remained hopeful because he was already on the team, but I didn't feel as good about it. Then as you know, Jones' production dipped as he only had 4.5 sacks. He did have the play where he intercepted a lateral pass and ran it in for a touchdown to beat the Patriots, though. The Raiders then drafted another edge rusher to gradually and eventually take his place, but that plan failed because Jones couldn't stay on the roster long enough for that. He literally flew over the cuckoo's nest. Out of nowhere, he started posting some weird tweets, and the more he tweeted, the worse they got. The Raiders then called the mental health professionals for him. Jones has done weird things in the past, and McDaniels knew about it from his time in New England, so this could have been easily avoided. Then there's a move or almost move that didn't cost the Raiders because he's still here but could have, and shows just how bad McDaniels is. He declined running back Josh Jacobs' 5th-year option and really thought he was going to replace him with Brandon Bolden. I'll never forget that one. Bolden was in street clothes and on the sideline joking around during the Hall of Fame game last year, and Jacobs had to play in it. Then of course he looked so good they had to hurry up and get him out of there. From there, Jacobs went on to start and lead the NFL in rushing and total yards from scrimmage. Meanwhile, McDaniels found out Bolden isn't even worthy of being a backup running back. What in the world was McDaniels thinking? Bolden was 32 at the time and the most unaccomplished running back I've ever seen play as long as he's playing. The third-string running back in the special teams role is more like it for a guy of his talent level. He had no business starting over or even in the competition with Jacobs. The Raiders would have been even worse last year if Bolden was in there over Jacobs. I'd even call that a fireable offense. Alright, you guys that hate Carr, keep hating him. I have no problem with that. But you gotta realize the offense was much better with him under center than with Garoppolo. The offense was number 11 in the NFL with Carr still trying to learn it, and number 27 with Garoppolo, who spent 4 years in it. Then there's Jones. My goodness. When the man shows you he's crazy, believe him. Don't sign him to a $15 million a year contract a few years later. And man, I don't even want to imagine McDaniels starting Bolden over Jacobs. What he did was bad enough. I'm glad he's gone. Thank you for watching. See you next time.